Today's webinar is called Are You Ready to Fundraise with SuperFit School Challenge? It's part of Action for Healthy Kids Wednesday Wellness webinar series that takes place on the second Wednesday of each month throughout the school year. We're very excited to provide you a new fundraising program offered by Action for Healthy Kids that encourages schools to completely overhaul their current fundraising model and provide a fun, healthy alternative. My name is Pam Soto, and I am the Social Enterprise Director for SuperFit School Challenge and Action for Healthy Kids. The SuperFit School Challenge is a healthy fundraising partnership with Action for Healthy Kids, and I'm excited to share our new program with you and talk about how you can actually bring the program to your school. So I would just like to go over some housekeeping ideas with you now. Let's review some logistics before we get started. Once you're linked in, you'll see a control panel, usually on the right side of your screen. You can use your telephone or speakers to listen to the presentation, but everyone will be muted to avoid static and background interference. There is a dialog box at the bottom of your control panel. You can type questions into the dialog box as we're going along, and we'll try to get them answered later in the presentation or via email following the webinar. This webinar is also being recorded. Links to the recording and the handouts will be sent to you 2 to 3 business days after the webinar. And we will also share the slides with you for your review. So I'd like to get started. First, I'd like to give you a little background on Action for Healthy Kids. Action for Healthy Kids fights childhood obesity, undernourishment, and physical inactivity by helping schools become healthier places. Our vision is a world in which every kid is healthy, active, and ready to learn. Our network is made up of moms, dads, teachers, students, school and community leaders, as well as school wellness experts who have banded together to create healthier learning environments for our children. Together, we can make schools places where staff, children, and their families learn and adopt lifelong healthy habits. We believe that everyone has a part to play in ending the nation's childhood obesity epidemic, and we believe our programs, tools, and resources make that possible. So we were founded in 2002 by former Surgeon General David Satcher. Today we have more than 110,000 members. We also partner with dozens of professional associations, government agencies, and corporations at the national and local level. In addition to the work we currently do, we are excited about offering this unique new healthy fundraiser to schools, especially because traditionally fundraisers have been unhealthy. Through training, funding, school health programs, and a shared determination, we want to see all children become healthy, successful adults. So why do we focus on schools? Schools reach most children and adolescents in the community, and they spend most of their time there, around 1,200 hours per year. But most importantly, however, we know that healthy kids actually learn better. And we know schools also need to fundraise on a yearly basis. Most fundraisers offer unhealthy snacks and beverage options. Our new fundraising program is an opportunity to completely overhaul the old fundraising model and bring a unique, healthy, and active fundraiser to your school. It's an opportunity to help schools incorporate and enhance what students are already learning according to their school's wellness policies and bring an active, fun event that the entire school population can participate in. So I'd like to talk a little bit about Game On. One of Action for Healthy Kids' flagship free online programs is Game On. The program is organized as a 6-step process to building a healthy school. Our Game On program provides all the information your school needs to implement a successful school wellness program. We have also included SuperFit School Challenge in our Game On resources. In Step 4, find activities, and then look under tab At Home Activities, and then go to Healthy Fundraising to find more information about our program, and you will also find our link. Additionally, we will also share a link to Game On in our follow-up email. So very briefly, I'd like to talk about today's objectives. At Action for Healthy Kids, we help our members and supporters learn about the issues, take action in their schools, and work to transform their school cultures. So our goals for today's webinar, first, to learn. We want you to walk away from the webinar understanding what SuperFit School Challenge is and how you can bring the program to your school. Second, act. We hope you'll take a look at your school's current fundraising programs and look to see if you can offer this new engaging initiative at your school. And third, transform. We hope that your interest in SuperFit School Challenge will ultimately begin to transform your school culture for the long term to ensure students are participating in a fundraising experience that provides an alternative to traditional and not so healthy school fundraisers. So as I mentioned, the SuperFit School Challenge is actually a healthy fundraising partnership with Action for Healthy Kids. SuperFit School Challenge is more than just a run or a walkathon. Our program incorporates physical activity and nutrition education into your curriculum. The partnership helps to ensure your fundraising success and fuel not only your school's fundraising needs, but also the mission of Action for Healthy Kids. We would like you to remember this isn't a one-size-fits-all program. It's meant to be tailored to your own school environment. Please feel free to incorporate our ideas into your own existing wellness programming and create some new ideas for yourself. So here's how SuperFit School Challenge works. We'd like to call our program a triple play event. SuperFit School Challenge raises funds for your school as well as funds for Action for Healthy Kids. The program energizes the entire school community. We recommend involving teachers, parents, school administrators, and volunteers to help you plan and implement this fundraiser. Many schools also now have to comply with local and state wellness policies. Our program helps to reinforce what students are currently learning in their classroom. And lastly, why not change up your current fundraiser with something unique and different to re-energize the school community? So let's talk about what we mean by a triple play event. We offer a SuperFit Bootcamp curriculum toolkit, a SuperFit fundraising initiative, and an obstacle course for the final event day. The SuperFit Bootcamp toolkit is a variety of fun, easy, and healthy activities that can be incorporated right into your classroom. The toolkit is provided to you in a spiral binder with easy-to-read sections segmented out week by week. And the SuperFit Fundraising Initiative includes a customized online fundraising platform that securely accepts donations. In the toolkit, we offer a template for fundraising materials, suggestions for school staff and students on fundraising techniques, plus a secure web page to accept online donations. Students can create their own fundraising page to send online to family and friends. We also talk about asking local sponsors to help with your school's fundraising goals. Many local community sponsors would love to be involved with their school and its families. And additionally, we will send all of the course equipment and materials for your school to set up the final event day obstacle course at no cost to you or your school. So let's break down each step of the challenge. The SuperFit Bootcamp was developed to reinforce what students are already learning in their classrooms. This isn't a one-size-fits-all program. It was really meant to be tailored to your own school environment. You can incorporate our ideas into your existing well-oiled programming or decide to add additional activities. The bootcamp is presented in a 4-week curriculum. Each week will provide nutrition activities and physical activities, and the week's activities directly relate to one of the 5 stations in the obstacle course. Throughout the bootcamp curriculum, we offer support to the students to achieve both fundraising and fitness success. Next is SuperFit Fundraising. Your school will receive all materials needed for a super fundraising event. Whether it's online or offline donations, we offer technical support throughout the entire event. Additionally, sponsorship fundraising can also come from local businesses. Why not ask them to sponsor one of the 5 stations or possibly match donation from whatever the school raises. But best of all, your school will keep a majority of all the funds raised, and the remaining funds will directly help support our mission here at Action for Healthy Kids, really making sure every kid is healthy, active, and ready to learn. The remaining funds will help assist us in providing and supporting schools in their healthy practices. So you've implemented the boot camp, you're going on, you're ready with your fundraising, so finally the big day is here. Your students have made it through their boot camp curriculum and are ready for the final event, the SuperFit Obstacle Course. The SuperFit Obstacle Course Final Event Day was designed to take place during one school day. Each grade level will go through the course during a 35 to 40-minute time period. Easy to schedule during the student's physical education or specials class. We recommend that you have the final event day take place during the school day, but if necessary, you can also have the event after school or possibly during the weekend. The course can be set up indoors or outdoors depending upon what type of space is available at your school. We typically suggest space for the size of the course to be about 10 yards long and 30 yards wide, about the size of a small soccer field. Along with the course equipment, we will also send a total of 7 different colored wristbands. Each wristband is associated with mastering the skill at each of the 5 stations. And then we also provide a participation wristband to be given to every student who finishes the course, and a wristband to be given to students who raise the most funds. And that wristband is left up to you as a school. You can give that to every child or possibly just reward students who raise the most funds. So students can actually receive a total of 7 wristbands. And again, why not get the entire school community involved? Ask volunteers to demonstrate at one of the stations, maybe offer a prize for the teacher who completes one of the stations in record time. We ask that you be creative when planning your event and to include teachers and administrators. So here are just a few pictures taken from some of the SuperFit School challenges across the country. Each of the 5 stations in the obstacle course really encourages healthy team competition. And all the students really enjoyed completing the course, and a sense of school spirit shone through at the end of the day. So hopefully now you're asking, how can your school get started? Hopefully your school would like to become a SuperFit school. We recommend involving teachers, parents, administrators, and volunteers in planning your challenge. Reach out to volunteers. You will need about 5 to 10 volunteers on the final day to help with the stations and also help a little bit with crowd control, having the students making sure they're knowing which station to go to. Secure the date of starting the boot camp and the final obstacle course event day. And then the last item on your list is to return the signed agreement to Action for Healthy Kids so we can send you all of the materials and equipment you need to have a great fundraising program. So at this time, I'd like to ask if anyone has any questions, comments. We can take that and see if hopefully someone would like to become a SuperFit school.
Right now, there aren't any questions. However, I did see a few hands up. If those who put their hands up want to submit questions into the box on the right side of your screen, feel free to do so. Oh, there we go. All right, we have a couple of questions for you, Pam.
Okay.
The first one is, how long would an event take in a school of around 440 students?
Probably one school day. In one of the schools we had, they had about 400 students, and they ran the program from 8:30 in the morning till about 3 p.m. and they completed. That school was K through 6.
Great. We're also getting a lot of questions around which school setting, so like high school, middle school, elementary, that this works best in.
Perfect. Yes. Right now, the SuperFit School Challenge is for elementary, so that's either K through 5 or K through 6. We are definitely hoping to expand the program to middle school and high school, but that's probably a year away. So right now would be for elementary school.
Great. We have another question around the curriculum portion of SuperFit School Challenge. We have someone wondering who implements the curriculum. Is it the teachers? And then just we all know that teachers are sometimes short on time trying to implement the actual current curriculum. So just any suggestions around how to actually implement?
Sure. We have had teachers implementing the program. We've also had a few schools have room moms, or they encourage some of the members in their PTO or their PTA to come in and help with like a daily announcement with the curriculum. We have also had a few school nurses talking about the nutrition portion. So I think there is definitely some flexibility, and I completely understand that we certainly did not design the program to make any extra work for teachers. We designed it to be flexible and adaptable. So I have seen a few of those other individuals help with the curriculum.
Yeah, and to add to that, I think there's also a lot of the curriculum that we have created is easy to implement into possible segments or units that you already might be doing. So that's also something to keep in mind for those wondering. Someone also asked about the planning process. So how far in advance do I need to plan? When I submit the agreement, how long before I get the materials?
Great question. You will get your materials about, I would say, 10 days, 10 to 14 days after we receive the signed agreement. And then I would just allow 4 weeks because you'd like to implement, or you should possibly implement the boot camp for 4 weeks and run your fundraising initiative at the same time. So 4 weeks to actually plan the event, and then 1 day for your final event.
Perfect. And then we have Kelly asking about what percentage of the funds does Action for Healthy Kids keep?
Well, first of all, we're really excited that the school actually keeps 65% of the funds raised. The remaining funds come to Action for Healthy Kids. A very small percentage covers our cost for the program. But what we were really excited about and why the program was developed is the rest of those funds go right back into our mission, which is helping to provide programs, initiatives. Again, we really want to bring all of our programs to every single state in the United States. So we really feel it's a win-win for the school as well as Action for Healthy Kids. Great.
And then do you have any suggestions, Pam, that you could offer about how to get the school campus staff to buy in to the fundraising? Do you have any support around that, or can you speak to it?
Sure. Traditionally, I think it works well if you can have some type of a health and wellness meeting talking about, one of the great benefits of this program, as Jocelyn mentioned, is you probably are teaching some of these things already in your school. So hopefully it can be an addition or a supplement, but then you're combining those lessons with an actual fun activity to raise funds for the school. So I would suggest offering a meeting. Possibly you could have, or we can provide information to you in like a teacher's lounge, a lunch and learn. I'd be happy to do a PowerPoint presentation virtually, just because I do believe that you do need to get a few champions within the school because it's new, and anytime you change something up or do a new type of fundraising program, some people may not be on board. So those are the suggestions I would make.
Perfect. And then, Pam, do you have any materials that could be presented to administration staff just to get their permission to get everything rolling and going for schools?
I have I do have an information sheet that I would be happy to share with any schools, and again, I would also be happy to share a shortened version of this presentation, and also I would be very willing to have a conference call with anyone to talk about the program.
Perfect, and we can send some of those materials out in the follow-up email that will be sent out 2 to 3 business days. You'll get the recorded webinar, these slides, and Pam's contact information to discuss more. We have a few more questions. I think we have about time for maybe two-ish more. Can you give some examples of what is included in the curriculum, maybe some of the topics?
Sure, absolutely. So as I mentioned, we have physical activity and nutrition activity. One component, we talk about MyPlate, and we offer different types of activities, learning about MyPlate, learning about, there's something, what is a calorie. The curriculum was developed for elementary school children, so while we offer a lot of information, we're well aware that we don't want to get too in-depth with some of this material. We also talk about rethink your drink. We talk a little bit about sugar. Another thing is hosting a taste test, talking about foods, anytime foods, everyday foods. What should we have once in a while? What should we or could we have every day? As well as physical activity, we talk about agility, flexibility, something called brain breaks, moving around in the classroom. So it's very comprehensive, and we offer this weekly, and it can be as comprehensive as doing something every day, or it can possibly just a daily announcement. Again, we give you the whole toolkit, but we're well aware that there's some flexibility and adaptability to your school.
Great. And then I think we can take one more question. Is there a specific time frame for this event to take place? So for example, could this be done in the summer, maybe at a summer camp or things along those lines?
It depends upon certainly where you are in the United States. Spring or fall is traditionally probably the best time. If you do have a large facility, an indoor gym, or possibly a gym connected to a multi-purpose room, you could also have the event inside. So I would say spring, maybe June before everybody gets out of school, and fall would be the optimal times to hold the SuperFit School Challenge.
Perfect. And is there a minimum amount of funds that need to be raised to participate?
There is, but I would like to talk to the individual just so I can clarify maybe what some of their needs are. So please feel free to give me a call and we can talk further about that.
Yeah, that's definitely something important to note, that this, again, is supposed to be tailored to each school. So definitely a discussion worth having with Pam if you're wondering. And then there's only one more question, it looks like. Can teachers review the curriculum before agreeing to do this initiative? Or is there,
at this time, I can share some of the curriculum, but in order for me to share the entire toolkit, it's something that the agreement would have to be signed. So I would be very willing, again, to talk with somebody or email and share a portion of it, but it's something that we're really excited about, we're very confident in, and at this time I wouldn't share the entire toolkit without some type of an agreement signed.
Great. Then can you just reiterate to everyone before we sign off how they can become a partner with SuperFit School Challenge?
Absolutely. All you would have to do is email me or call me on the telephone, and we can talk about getting started. The next step would be then I would send you an agreement for you to review. It outlines what Action for Healthy Kids would provide, and then what we would ask from the school, again, mostly volunteers, those kinds of things. Once that's signed, we get everything going, and we send the kit, the toolkit, the course out to you probably or within 10 to 14 days after we receive the signed agreement.
Great. Are there any more last-minute questions? I'll wait about 2 more minutes. Oh, we have a question, one more question from Brittany. Could you partner with another organization?
The school?
Yes. So I think what she's trying to say, and Brittany, feel free to send in another clarifying if you'd like, but I believe she's wondering if I know that we can partner with organizations to help bring in funds. For example, you mentioned maybe your local grocery store or other organizations like that, but she's wondering if she currently works with a nonprofit company that provides nutrition education. So she's wondering if we would partner with
you know, Brittany, I would love for you to give me a call or an email, and I'd like to talk to you further about that, just to sort of see what your ideas are about that, but I'd be very willing to have a conversation with you.
Great. Well, I think that's it, Pam. We can wrap it up.
Okay, well, great. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and I'd like to also please be sure to sign up for our next Wednesday Wellness webinar on Wednesday, February 8th, which is celebrating National Nutrition Month and School Breakfast Week. So again, thank you for attending.